Hi everybody, Dave Moorhead here. Today we're going to make vegan no fish fillets and chips. Here are the ingredients. I will also list the ingredients down below the video. Let's get started.
Cut one nori sheet into small pieces and put them in a blender with 1.5 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of black pepper, and blend until smooth.
Cut your tofu into smaller squares and then put some slits in the tofu. This will help to get the tofu to absorb some of the marinade. Be careful not to cut all the way down to the bottom because you want it to stay together while you're breading it and baking it. Make sure you're using super firm tofu for this recipe so it doesn't fall apart when you're slicing it. Now take the contents from the blender and put it in a small dish like this, and then place your tofu cutlets inside of the dish, put a cover on it, and put it in the refrigerator for 1 to 2 hours. We want the tofu to absorb as much of the flavor as possible. Now put some salt and pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder in a bowl, and also add some breadcrumbs. Then stir to make sure the spices and the breadcrumbs are well combined. Now get another bowl and add some flour and some water, and stir until you get a consistency of pancake batter. We're going to cover our tofu with this mixture, and then that's going to allow us to get the spices and the breadcrumbs to stick to the tofu. That's how we're going to bread it. This step is totally optional. I just gave it one last shake to try to get the seaweed to get inside of the tofu, but I'm not sure how much good it did. Now we're going to dip the tofu in the wet mix, making sure you cover all of the tofu, and then we're going to put it in the dry mix and also make sure that the breadcrumbs and the spices cover all parts of the tofu. Then put the battered tofu on a plate, getting it ready to put in the oven. Now get a small dish that's safe for baking, and then spray the bottom of it with a little bit of oil. Then place your tofu in the dish, and then spray the top of the tofu with a little bit of oil too. This will help crispen it while it is baking. Bake the tofu at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, turn the tofu over and bake for another 15 minutes. Baking times will vary depending on the size of your oven, so just make sure the tofu is crispy. Now we're going to make the tartar sauce. Combine some vegan mayo with some relish with some lemon juice in a small bowl and stir well.
Once your tofu fillets are crispy, remove them from the oven. We need the oven to bake our chips, or in America we call them French fries.
Now we're going to make our chips. Cut the potatoes into sticks like French fries. Put some water in a pot and boil the potatoes for about 7 minutes. You want to cook the potatoes until you can stick a fork in them with little resistance. Drain the water from the pot and let the potatoes cool a little. Once the potatoes are cool, put them in a large mixing bowl with some flour and some salt. Move the potatoes around in the bowl to ensure they are all coated with the flour-salt mixture. Place the potatoes on an oiled baking sheet, spray them with a little bit of oil, and bake them for 20 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. After 20 minutes, flip the potatoes over and cook for another 15 minutes. Cooking times will vary based on the size of your oven. The main goal is to get the chips crispy. Now that the chips are finished, we are ready to eat our fish and chips.
Please let me know in the comments if you tried this recipe.
If you like this video and would like to see more, please like and subscribe. Thanks. Bon appetit.